In the depths of our planet's most remote corners, a hidden world thrives, teeming with life, some beautiful, some bizarre, and some downright deadly. Today we journey into this unseen world, inhabited by some of the most gruesome parasites known to humankind, the culprits behind neglected tropical diseases or NTDs, affecting over 1 billion people globally, predominantly in impoverished communities. The guinea worm is a parasite with a horrifying life cycle. It reaches up to 1 meter in length, living in human legs and feet. Infection starts by drinking water with copepods carrying larvae. After a year, a painful blister forms, usually on the lower limbs. The blister bursts in water, releasing larvae and restarting the cycle. Extraction is slow and agonizing, often taking weeks. Global efforts are pushing guinea worm disease towards eradication.
Leishmaniasis, a disease caused by the parasite, presents a gruesome reality for millions worldwide. Transmitted through the bite of infected sandflies, these microscopic parasites unleash their fury within the human body, leading to a spectrum of disfiguring and potentially deadly manifestations. Cutaneous leishmaniasis, the most common form, leaves its mark on the skin, causing painful ulcers that can persist for months or even years, leaving behind disfiguring scars. These lesions, often found on exposed areas of the body, carry a heavy social stigma, leading to isolation and discrimination. Mucosal leishmaniasis attacks the mucous membranes of the nose, mouth, and throat, causing severe tissue damage. The fight against leishmaniasis is complex, requiring a multi-pronged approach. Controlling sandfly populations through insecticide spraying and bed nets is crucial, but so is early diagnosis and treatment. Despite the horrors inflicted by leishmaniasis, there is hope. Researchers are tirelessly working to develop new drugs and vaccines, while community-based programs are raising awareness and improving access to treatment.
Our journey into the world of neglected tropical diseases brings us to a parasite that attacks the mind, the culprit behind sleeping sickness. Transmitted through the bite of the tsetse fly, this menace embarks on a terrifying journey within the human host. It crosses the blood-brain barrier, entering the central nervous system. The parasite wreaks havoc on the brain, leading to neurological symptoms. Victims experience extreme fatigue during the day and insomnia at night. Efforts focus on vector control, early diagnosis, and treatment.
Our exploration of parasitic horrors continues with a waterborne parasite responsible for schistosomiasis, also known as bilharzia. This disease, affecting millions worldwide, highlights the intricate and often gruesome relationship between parasites and their human hosts.
The life cycle of is a complex tale involving both humans and freshwater snails. It begins when parasite eggs, released in the feces and urine of infected individuals, contaminate freshwater sources. In these waters, the eggs hatch, releasing tiny larvae called miracidia. These miracidia seek out specific species of freshwater snails, penetrating their bodies and undergoing a series of transformations.
Inside the snail host, the parasite multiplies, producing thousands of cercariae, another larval stage. These cercaria are then released into the water, ready to infect their next victim, humans. When people come into contact with contaminated water, the cercariae burrow through their skin, entering the bloodstream. They mature into adult worms in the liver and other organs, where they can live for years, producing eggs that perpetuate the cycle of infection. Our journey into the world of neglected tropical diseases takes a particularly harrowing turn as we encounter the parasitic worm responsible for river blindness. This disease, as its name suggests, robs individuals of their sight, casting a dark shadow over communities in Africa, South America, and Yemen.
The parasite relies on a tiny accomplice to spread its misery, the black fly. These flies, breeding in fast-flowing rivers and streams, bite humans, transmitting the parasitic larvae into their unsuspecting victims. Once inside the human host, the larvae mature into adult worms, forming nodules under the skin. The female worms release thousands of microscopic offspring called microfilariae, which spread throughout the body, including the eyes.
It is the microfilariae that wreak havoc on vision. When they die, they trigger an intense inflammatory response in the cornea, the clear outer layer of the eye. Over time, this repeated inflammation leads to corneal scarring, vision loss, and eventually, irreversible blindness. The fight against river blindness has seen remarkable progress in recent decades. Mass drug administration programs using safe and effective medications that kill the microfilaria, have played a crucial role in reducing the prevalence of the disease. Our exploration of the grotesque world of parasites brings us face to face with a filarial worm, notorious for its tendency to migrate across the surface of the eye, a spectacle as unsettling as it is fascinating. This parasitic nematode makes its home in the subcutaneous tissues of humans, often residing just beneath the skin.
Transmission occurs through the bite of infected deer flies, which pick up larvae while feeding on an infected individual. Once inside the human host, the larvae mature into adult worms, embarking on their subcutaneous journeys. These migrations are often painless, but the sensation of a worm crawling beneath the skin, particularly across the sensitive surface of the eye, can be unnerving, to say the least.
While the worm's journey across the eye is visually disturbing, it is usually harmless. The real danger lies in the body's immune response to the parasite. Inflammation and swelling can occur around the worm, causing pain and discomfort. In some cases, infection can lead to more serious complications, including damage to the eye, heart, and kidneys. Our exploration of the unseen world of parasites takes a fascinating and some might say unsettling turn as we delve into the realm of a single-celled parasite with a penchant for mind control. This microscopic manipulator infects a wide range of warm-blooded animals, including humans, but its primary host is the feline species.
The life cycle of is a complex tale involving multiple hosts and transmission routes. Cats become infected by ingesting infected prey, such as rodents or birds. The parasite reproduces sexually within the cat's intestines, releasing millions of oocysts, a hardy, environmentally resistant stage of the parasite, into the environment through their feces.
These oocysts can contaminate soil, water, and even fruits and vegetables, posing a risk to humans and other animals. Humans can become infected by accidentally ingesting oocysts, consuming undercooked meat from infected animals, or through vertical transmission from mother to fetus during pregnancy. In most healthy adults, infection causes mild, flu-like symptoms that often go unnoticed. Hookworm, a silent epidemic. Our exploration of parasitic horrors takes us into the depths of poverty, where a silent epidemic thrives: hookworm infection. These intestinal parasites, often overlooked and underestimated, inflict a heavy toll on some of the world's most vulnerable populations. Field reporter hookworms, as their name suggests, possess hooked mouthparts that they use to latch onto the lining of the small intestine. They feed on their host's blood, causing chronic blood loss, iron deficiency, anemia, and malnutrition. Children, with their developing bodies and greater nutritional needs, are particularly vulnerable to the devastating effects of hookworm infection. The life cycle of hookworm is a testament to the parasite's resilience and adaptability. Adult worms, residing in the human intestine, release thousands of eggs that are passed out in feces. In warm, moist soil, the eggs hatch, releasing larvae that can survive for weeks, waiting for their opportunity to strike. When unsuspecting individuals walk barefoot on contaminated ground, the larvae penetrate their skin, entering the bloodstream. Chagas disease, the silent killer, a silent killer in Latin America and beyond, caused by the Trypanosoma cruzi parasite. The triatomine bug, or kissing bug, bites near the mouth. Nocturnal insects thrive in poor housing, feeding at night. The bug's bite releases parasites. Scratching pushes parasites into the wound, starting infection. Parasites spread, invading tissues and organs. Initial symptoms are mild, like a common cold. Symptoms resolve, leading to a prolonged asymptomatic phase. Malaria, a global scourge. The causative agent of malaria, a global scourge that has plagued humanity for millennia. This mosquito-borne disease is responsible for over 400,000 deaths annually, mostly children under 5. It begins when an infected female mosquito bites a human host. As the mosquito feeds, it injects sporozoites into the bloodstream. These sporozoites travel to the liver, multiplying rapidly. Merozoites invade red blood cells, causing them to burst and release new parasites. This cyclical process causes the characteristic fever, chills, and sweats of malaria. A call to action, ending the neglect. Our journey into the world of neglected tropical diseases has revealed the horrifying reality faced by millions worldwide. These diseases, often hidden from the headlines, cause immeasurable suffering, perpetuate poverty, and hinder economic development. But there is hope. With increased awareness, sustained funding, and collaborative efforts, we can defeat these diseases and alleviate the suffering they cause. By supporting global health initiatives, investing in research and development, and advocating for policies that prioritize the needs of the most vulnerable, we can make a difference. Thank you for joining us on this journey. By understanding the challenges, we can work together to find solutions. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay informed and join the fight against neglected tropical diseases.